Hi, my name is Tori Carter, and this is my individual reaction video for our finance group project. In this video, I'll reflect on my experience working with my group, the dynamics we experienced, and what I learned. Group versus team dynamics. Compared to other groups that I've worked with, this one felt more like a team because we shared goals and mutual accountability. Roles were clearly assigned, like leader and observer, which helped structure our meetings and decision making. Understanding groups versus team roles. In team versus group characteristics, our teams had to have shared goals and coordinate our efforts. While our group may have lacked unity at times and a little bit of cohesion, we definitely figured it out. Um, Roles within the groups, defined roles like leader, observer, and analyst influence the group in the interaction and our performance. The impact of the defined roles, see, were clear roles were established from the beginning. Like we knew who was the leader of the group, we knew who was going to be the observer, we knew who was going to be the researcher, and we had to have a structure to create and stop the confusion and attention. Individual roles and observer impact. Role distribution and observer influence. Individual roles in the group. Members took on leadership roles, analytical, supportive, and passive roles very quickly within the project. Observer role impact was rotating observer roles affected interaction and it possibly caused increased formality or behavior shifts for us. Dominant and passive dynamics that were had, the dominant and passive roles naturally emerged, influencing group cohesion and response patterns as well. Group norms and attendance. Norms, attendance, and leadership style. Group norms. Formal norms included scheduled meetings and assigned roles, while informal norms involved casual communication and humor. These norms shaped our group interactions and participation. Attendance patterns. Members' attendance varied, with some showing punctuality and others missing meetings, influencing group cohesion compared to past experience. Meeting routines often started with a routine or ritual, setting the tone for collaboration and engagement among members. The leadership style, whether democratic, authoritarian, or laissez-faire, impacted group guidelines effectiveness, especially when the leader observed rather than lead. We developed both formal norms, like unanimous decisions, and informal ones. We started meetings and like with quick recaps and things like that. Attendance was consistent, and most members showed up early or stayed late to finalize decisions. Status and power distribution. Power bases and group influence. The distribution of power helped analyze how power was allocated among the group members based on expertise, roles, and assertiveness. The types of power bases were discussing informational, referent, and legitimate power and their impact on group influence. Effectiveness and conflicts evaluated how power bases guided decisions and resolved conflicts within the group. Personal power use, reflected on individual strategies using persuasion, knowledge, and celebration in outcomes. Certain members had more status due to their confidence or their knowledge. Um, Power was distributed pretty fairly, but some used informational power to influence decisions. Um, I used informational power to contribute interaction patterns and cohesiveness. Group interaction and cohesion, evolution of interaction patterns, the impact on subgroups and cliques, group cohesion and support, assessing member support and shared responsibilities and unity that contributed to the group, cohesion and success. We had some rituals and group identity as well. Our interaction evolved from cautious to collaborative. No cliques were formed. We maintained pretty open communication. We were cohesive because we respected each other's input and reinforced that by celebrating good, we we reinforced respecting each other's input by celebrating good decisions. Stages of group interaction. Group development stages. I'll briefly go over these. The stages overview, challenges and storming, transitioning successfully, and reflection and growth. For our group, we we really moved through the forming, storming, and norming, and even the performing stages. We briefly got stuck in the storming phase when we decided on risky investments, but we solved it through discussion. So, agenda and meeting format, meeting structure and effectiveness, agenda and reflective thinking, decision making and support, participation and efficiency, improvement suggestions. Um, our agenda followed a reflective thinking process, defining the problem, analyzing it, brainstorming, and then deciding. This format worked well, but next time I think I would suggest adding time limits to keep the meetings efficient. Overall group evaluation. Successes, challenges, and future improvements. Evaluating good group success. Assess how well the group met investment goals and maintained harmony during teamwork. Identifying challenges, recognize areas needing improvement like communication, role clarity, and meeting efficiency. Proposing future changes. Um, Overall, I believe that we were an effective group. Proud of our portfolio and how we collaborated. If I could change two things, I would improve the time management and encourage more risk taking in our investments. Um, yeah. So, in conclusion, this project has helped me understand group dynamics and decision making in final context. So, thanks for watching my video. Go Lopes!